Hi there, welcome to Big V TV. Great to have you with us. VYC men with thanks to Moulton. Done and dusted. We're finished. The Tigs. Melbourne Tigers are they're the state champions. 23 and under, best competition in the land. I've said that a million times. They beat Ringwood 86 to 58. Two of us went for Melbourne last week. One of us went to Ringwood, and
unfortunately for him,
it was unfortunate for me, and very unfortunate for the Ringwood boys. You've let me down, and I shall never speak to you again.
No. Speaking of unfortunate things, I think we should put this on the table to start off with.
Well, they did have a lazy guy sitting on the bench doing nothing.
Probably one of the saddest, most unfortunate stories of the season in all of the Big V. Michael Salty, who has been an absolute star this season for Ringwood, unfortunately didn't make it on court on Sunday afternoon. Tell us about it.
So Tuesday night at a training session for Ringwood.
Second last training session
of the year.
This is his last season of VYC.
That's right. Age is Max is out with age.
Yep. So all done. And unfortunately, the boy did his ACL.
Unbelievable.
That's so sad.
Unbelievable.
We were shocked on game day, looking at the bench, thinking, "What's going on?" I didn't want to.
Quarter and a half in, we couldn't work out why he wasn't out there.
Well, the first thing was the stat sheet came up to us and denotes starters, and there was no Michael Salty on the starters. We're going, so I'd take him off the bench.
Oh, they're just doing different things.
Yeah, okay. And then the first quarter he hadn't checked in, and we thought, oh, hang on, something's up here.
And he was kitted out.
Yeah. And I think that's a good thing. I think that was more of a mentality thing by Russ for the team to say, and for Salty to sit there and say, look, I'm here, I'm with you. This is how we're going on, and the rest of the boys had that mentality then of, come on, we know who we're doing this for. It's not just for us anymore.
I'll give the kid credit as well, because he's had probably the most devastating thing in his whole basketball career happen to him during the week. He sat there and he absolutely applauded. He was there with his teammates the whole way through thick and thin. I've got to give the kid credit, because there's people out there that probably just wouldn't have been there.
Oh, I'd have cracked it.
Yep.
I'm that sort of person. I said it on the day as well. He's one of the nice guys. They have a couple of really good blokes there, and that comes down from the top. I know I talk about Russell a little bit and that sort of thing. We're not mates outside of this or anything like that, but they are some of the nicest people you'll see, and some of the nicest people to coach against and that sort of thing. And Salty's one of them. He is one that he's always, he's just, there's not much more you can say. He just feels sorry for the boy. And look, next year, hopefully he comes back, he still plays, and I'm sure that their senior team will have a bit of a look at him.
28-point margin for Melbourne. Let's speak about the Tigers. Peniodo had 20 points and 5 rebounds. MVP, by the way. Well done to him. Did it in 2 numbers, by the way.
He did.
Yeah,
2 different singlets.
22, and then just checked out in the second quarter, brought back 9.
Billy Hughes was outstanding. Didn't have to be a hero, Hughesy. Billy, don't be a hero. 15 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Dan Sutcliffe had 13 points and 9 rebounds. You know that song? Billy, don't be a hero?
No. Most of us were born after 1950.
Oh, right, okay. For Ringwood, Ryan Miller, 13.6 rebounds. Matt Hickey had 11 and 9. Tawny Port, who got called Tawny about 47 times during the commentary, had 11 points and 10 rebounds. Melbourne's just far too good.
Yeah, I think, and for those who haven't seen it yet, is the replay up?
Yeah, replay's up.
You've got to go and have a look at Danny Sutcliffe's putback.
Oh, yes.
It was, I don't know what you could hear on commentary, because all 3 of us pretty well jumped up in the air and screamed into the microphone.
Scared the crap out of me.
My ears were bleeding after that.
So if you haven't seen it yet, go and have a look. Melbourne just far too big. Again, we talked about it during the commentary that when you saw the 2 sides near each other on the court, although you couldn't see it on camera a lot, you saw the 2 sides near each other. Melbourne just overtowered them. Having Salty not there made a big difference to that.
Ringwood needed to hit more from downtown.
And then they had their shot. Then they had their shot loss. It was, they started putting up, what they end up with? 4 of 23 from outside. Yeah. And when you're against a big team like Melbourne, we know you have to hit those
4
buckets.
of 23, and they've hit 2 of their last 3 attempts. So they were 2 of 20.
Without a doubt. Other guys played their roles better than I've seen them play this year for Melbourne. Bynes' defensive effort is fantastic, and his rebounding ability. Missed a couple of shots underneath the basket that he was frustrated with. You could see that. But then you get...
what about that purple patch?
Where he had that middle, where he had, and also Rory Killen.
Rory Killen had a purple patch late in the third, early in the fourth. Just
looking for his own MVP there for the game.
Went on a blitz. Abdesevic had to sub him out just to say, mate,
what did he end up
down.
having here? He had end up with 14 minutes. I reckon another 5 or 6. And you could probably let Nick know, Rory, that was maybe going to be yours if you had stayed out. Although he did look a bit tired.
I was going to say, he was bright red and ready to come off. Rory Killen's third quarter, followed by Billy Hughes' fourth quarter. He was looking for the award as well.
He wanted it too.
He shot the lights out in the fourth quarter.
Great Lindsay Gaze was there presenting medals at the end. Fantastic to see him as well.
Yeah, it is. He's always supported, especially the Tigers basketball, but always supported... youth basketball in this country and the juniors coming up.
How was the crowd?
Massive.
Ripping crowd.
Huge crowd.
Find a seat at the end. It was standing room
They were 5 or 6 deep on the far
corners,
side. We were okay. We had our heater and all those sorts of things in front of us.
Did you?
We did, yeah.
I was outside the ropes.
That's right. There's a reason for that. We had hot chocolates and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you missed out.
Probably the best part of Ringwood, just to talk about their game a little bit as well, that I liked from them and showed a lot of promise, was their guys who did come on in regards to that hustle and that type of thing in that game. So they didn't. They're bench guys who I've been the first one to have a crack at them all year, saying they don't have the depth. But the likes of Roberts, Perrin, Fidolani, those guys there who are, to me, I would think they're the younger guys in the crew. Their effort on the ball and putting that pressure on the likes of Hughes and Cornelison and that sort of thing was probably better than some of their starters, and because they know what they're playing for, they know that this is their future. So well done to those guys on that as well.
Can we give Melbourne a big tick? VYC men and women's champions, Steve-O.
So not often yet to see teams do the double, but certainly in Melbourne's sense, they've done very well in 2016, and fair credit to them.
We mentioned Salty missing, but also Anthony Karabatzis.
Yeah, well, he's off obviously at college with his dancing scholarship that he got over there. So interesting.
Did you just say dancing?
Yeah.
Is that what he's there for?
That's what he's there for.
I didn't know that.
No.
Got a scholarship to...
Apparently he has the smallest little fairy feet you've seen in your life.
Oh, really?
And he's over there on a dancing scholarship.
Is he being serious at the moment?
Oh, look, I think he's taking you to school.
It's just a fair chance that he could play basketball? Or...
No, he's probably playing basketball. It's the last episode. Whatever.
If people out there only knew the crap I like to put up with, like, seriously...
I can't believe you fall for this stuff.
I didn't fall for it. I'm sitting here thinking you're a clown. But anyway, I've only got to do 260 bloody shows of this every year, and I've had enough, and I'm out of here. Summer's here. Go and enjoy the off season.
But we
no, there's no off season show. No, there's not.
No, but I'm pretty sure
it's not happening.
Steve-O wants to tell you all something.
Yes.
Oh,
there is still one event.
We have stuff to do. If you want to go. You walk out on us nearly every week.
I know you're ready for summer, but there is one event remaining that VYC men players can come to.
Steve-O, do me a favour. Hurry up.
Just say the date.
24th of September, Etihad Stadium, Big V Awards Night. Get your tickets. 10, 9, bigv.com.au under the tickets banner.
6, 5. Is that it? Done? Right. Okay, have a great off season. Get out there and enjoy the bloody sun or whatever's happening. Have we done the awards night thing?
We're doing a pre-season
24th of
show.
September, Etihad Stadium. Tickets
we're doing a show.
Pre-season show?
Yeah, next March. See you later.